Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Santa Rita here with a new update for you all. A new update. Yes, a new update. So I want to say good morning to you all. I'm going to try to choose different hats for different things this morning. Mm, anyways, Higgins has emailed me this morning. But anyways, I want to say good morning to you all. The temperature today in Chicago is 71 degrees and cloudy, and in Lansing, Michigan, it is 70 degrees and cloudy. And then in Sacramento, it's going to be very hot and scorching again today. And then on top of that, let's see, it's coffee time with Santa Rita this morning. Yep. Am I missing anything, ladies and gentlemen, besides my glasses need to be cleaned yet again? Shall we get down to business this morning? So we got a lot to cover this morning, prepping and so forth and so on. I've had several requests via email for Mike the Hammer Allen to come back with us. I also wanted to say this is going to be an interesting morning to talk about the news. And yes, this is yesterday's coffee from last night I made while staying on the line for too long. So shall we get to it this morning? So this morning we have a couple interesting facts, okay? One is I'm going to be going to my game soon. Since it's Monday, and the lovely Zoe ain't here at the Rita Show, that I wanted to say to you all. I'm going to turn Skype on for a bit anyways, I think. So, I've been messaging Reverend Mike this morning. Yeah. So basically, I sent Mike and I were talking about Zoe this morning. Anyways, I sent an Instagram message to Zoe this morning. She's probably busy. It's cloudy, so it's probably going to be not rainy. So I have a couple things to share with you. So I want to share with you a couple things. First of all, this morning I got up and I looked over to the news, and it was like special prosecutor for Donald Trump. And I'm just like, you know what? If Dad was talking about it being approved, but you know what? We have to be neutral. We are media people, okay? We're media. I looked at it this morning and I said, well, Dad was right. They were going to appeal. They were going to use their inside judge. I put you into power. You can do this for me, right? But anyways, so last night I have to tell you a story for y'all. Where the hell did the index go? Whatever. So this morning I came and I was sitting around. I was hoping Higgins would be listening to this video. Doesn't matter. Higgins is Higgins. So Higgins is like, oh, well, if you do this and you do that, and you can. That's not the question I was asking. The question I was asking is because Higgins, right? He's got all these ideas, right? See, he wants support with Social Security, right? And then he says, well, I would look at a way. Yeah, well, look. I'll tell you what, Brother Higgins, when you funnel some money to the Rita channel for the necessary camera equipment, then you get to make a hell when you start contributing. Besides, I'm being funny here. Okay, I don't want him to think I'm a mooch, but when you contribute funds to put towards the necessary camera equipment, which will be updated. Apparently, some people think that this is pretty grainy. They'd like a better quality camera. Well, we already got a donation of $50 from um, a guy who's going to be earning his moderator status because he's literally giving time and money to see this show. And frankly, I'm trying to find the best way possible for limiting the financial burden off of people by basically trying to get the equipment needed without, you know, asking much. I know Zoe had a good couple questions. I think she's got an idea rattling around her head, and frankly, um, um, it is what it is. She loved the the Rita Show so much. I am going to turn Skype on. It'd be easier for me to run Skype and easier to run, whatever it is. I tried to install a program last night, and apparently it did not install. Apparently. So I was telling Higgins this morning, no offense to Hig Bobs. I said, Hig Bobs, it is broken. Yeah. So, anyways, I got plenty to discuss with you here, Skype. I don't even know where everything is, because I have the programs I don't use on this computer, it's like 2 years old. So, I'm going to shut it down and cool it down one of these days. But anyways, I got it propped up. I think I still got it propped up. Do I have it propped up? Yeah, I do. I got it propped up for heat. Excuse me, that wasn't ladylike. I was, Anyways, so a lot of the people out there, I had some nice comments this morning by emails. You know, no, yeah, there's so. All right, so one of the things last night, Higgins, I fell asleep. I actually was trying to tell the radio forum, basically, in some ways, I was talking to one of the people, private message. I said, my brother's like a rebel. He doesn't think the FCC is going to come down and crack down on him for using the radio thing, right? Well, anyways, the guy messaged me this morning. He said the main reason the FCC will crack down on people like your brother using these crappy radios, which they don't talk about, because usually the people get swooped up and they get put in jail, is the about things. Apparently, if you do transmit them on them, even if they put the codes in, apparently, this is how I heard it from the guy specifically stating, basically, they have sophisticated equipment and they're looking for abnormalities that distort or cause interference. So, for example, if you're using a ham radio, you know, so, anyways, dude, I was looking at these. Sorry, I was looking at, um, so, basically, I think Zoe's got an idea prattling around in her head, So basically, let's get on with the prepping part because I do want to get out of here on a timely manner today. And with it being Labor Day, I think just say with Zoe not being around, I got to check something anyways. Got to make sure I have everything lined up before I go. I've had some small minor problems. When people say to me, "Oh, Rita, how come your internet's running wonky?" Because, oh, okay, hold on. Is that it? Yeah. So I make a new file, create. No, let's see. Can I actually create a new album? Here we go. I want a new album. There. We'll call it the Jenny album. Select album. Select pictures. The Jenny album. Now this will be helpful for me because Jenny is my photos when I save them. I save Zoe's photos once in a while in the evenings. I look at them, thinking how great and funny she is now that she's showed me a voice. And basically, I was looking it over. Yeah, I have friends that sent me pictures on women in thigh highs. All right, so that's good. Move 15 photos. Okay. That's about right. Okay, so I'm gonna all right, so anyways, Zoe, of course, did her debut yesterday with the rock and roll thing, dude. I was looking. I don't care about freaking a camcorder. The thing about Higgins, okay, he sits there and he says, you need a camcorder for this. No, I don't. You know what the problem is with a camcorder? It's called money. Okay. Now let's get on to the prepping thing. I got a lot to discuss with you today. I want to get this done because I want to talk about prepping. So I put together a list, which will be changed sooner or later. Didn't want this. See, Amazon's kind of acting up this morning, so I need to check my gift card balance, make sure nothing got deleted. There we go. I want to thank Piper again. His generous donation will help us advance our channel for whatever you guys want. So, currently we're looking at GSMRS radio, and we're looking at some other items. But this morning, I want to go through the preppers list so you, the preppers, get a better price. And then when I'm done, I can go on my merry way today because Zoe didn't ask if I'm coming back or not. So this is the early morning edition. So if I take a nap after the video, it's fine and dandy. So let's get to it. So food stamps. People are getting their food stamps and trickling in right now. I, of course, had my dinner last night. By the way, it was filling. I bet. So basically, let me put it this way: I could have had 4 grilled cheese sandwiches, but 3 grilled cheese sandwiches are fine because the 3 grilled cheese sandwiches it sopped up about half a bowl of soup by itself. I had to dip it and then dip it and dip it. By the time we got done, it was like. So the soup really the grilled cheese holds it together. So the grilled cheese makes a great dipper for your where you're. So, anyways, for you new preppers out there, welcome. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of different things. I did send a link. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Uh, hmm. So basically, let's get to it. So the sourdough starter kits have gone up in price due to the fact that the sourdough starter is, let's just say, the price of sourdough starter is expensive due to the fact that people want to make their own bread. Bread pans, they're going up. Lanterns, they're going up. Lighter fluid, gone up. Paraffin lamp oil is gone up. Candles and candlesticks are going up. WD-40 going up. Tide going up. Ziploc bags going up. We'll get to the news for today, by the way. But first, let's just get the prepping thing out of the way. Food in general is going up, but because people like how I break down the food every morning, let's just get this done. Protein shakes gone up. Trail mix, nut mix gone up. King, okay, flour, like organic and non-organic flour is going up or sold out, so you better be keeping an eye on the flour. There is going to be a serious flour problem, and well, let me talk about that for a second. Actually, there's going to be a serious flour problem because our we're not producing enough wheat. So without the wheat, we are literally basically going to have a wheat shortage in this country, which means you need to prep like you're prepping like it's going out of style, basically. So basically, when you're prepping for your life. Okay. Also, you need to learn some new tricks, which I will tell you about today, to cut down on your spending on your prepping gear. Okay. I'm gonna go through it all this morning because you, the preppers, need it. Which reminds me, while I'm going through this price, remember there is going to be a wheat shortage. Um, the wheat shortage is due to the fact that the American people are having problems with the great drought. They were just talking about certain information that you might be very, very scared about. Like in Las Vegas, California's doing the same. I would like to get Reverend Mike on board again due to the fact that, frankly, he um, has his opinion on California. I'd like to get his opinion on, he said there might not be any meat shortages, but the problem with the meat shortage thing isn't about the meat shortage is I'd like to get his opinion also how this politically is going to play out for him because like I said, Mike's brother of mine and stepbrother, and I would like to hear his opinion on the price of what's going to happen to people like him in California when they force him to give up his. I mean, they're not banning gas powered cars. They're just basically stating that you can't buy new, um, new um, gas powered cars after like 2026. And when I have a 10-year phase out by 2035, everything's electric. And you know what? There are people I think, we'll get to that in a minute, but I think there's going to be a lot of people that's going to leave. And I'd love to get him on board to tell me what he thinks about it. But anyway, so basically, a couple things I want to say this morning, is, I have my own opinion, and I'm going to get to some good tips this morning. But one of the things I need to talk to you is flour, like I said, is going up. The cooking oil and corn oil, they're going up. Corn oil and oil is going up. I mean, literally, cooking oil is going up. So you got to ask yourself, why is it going up? Well, some of it's made from vegetables, some of it's made from corn. Yeah, I mean, literally, you got to ask yourself, corn can be turned into fuel too. So I continue. Canned meats are going up again. Food stamps just came in between the 1st and the 20th. Food stamps coming, right? Because of it, the American people are sucking up all the canned meats again, which can take 4 to 6 weeks to restock. By the time they restock, it's again the people take the canned meats. I mean, let me put it to you this way. I got a story for you all. I know Zoe loves nice stories. She's probably out today, or she's yelling at the people of her $83 drink. I don't even know how she goes through it. But anyways, Higgins messaged me last night. I'll tell you the whole story about Higgins. Me and Higgins went round and round. I mean, he thinks I misconstrued his words. No, basically, Higgins was acting like a rebel. So the way I was putting it was, originally I was like, I don't think my brother cares if he violates the fucking government's laws as long as it in a pandemic. The problem is the guys turned around and said, the FC, this is what they said this morning, let's just get down to it. Non-essential items are literally going down in price pretty much. Some products are going up, some are going down, like compasses, down in price. Other things, down in price. So, Skippy peanut butter's gone down in price. Says here, Vienna sausages, some are sold out. Canned meats like chicken breast, canned chicken and tuna, Vienna bites, more chicken. The canned chicken, some of them are sold out, and some of them are completely sold out. And then there's other things that are like, they say price drop has actually gone down, but some of this price drops I've been watching daily is actually spiking. Also, if you're looking for particular items, check out Camel. That place will help you out immensely. So, this was last night's leftover coffee I'm finally finishing. Forgot to leave the pot off last night, so some of it probably dissipated, but alright, so anyways, so this morning's been kind of an interesting morning, so let's just get on with it. So tuna has gone up in price. I know you guys love the updates on the meats and stuff. People have literally been saying this channel is getting better. When some of the people sit there, and they like their 15-minute video daily with poop head prepper or douchebag prepper or con man prepper or some other prepper that sits there and says World War III is going to happen. You're going to have to get my emergency preparedness kit on. But a lot of people say to me, in my video or in emails I've been seeing lately, posting my email link. One of the things they truly like about my video is the fact that, the fact that they like how this channel is real and there's real people, and the real people are doing real things, like me having a phone call. Some people say we love watching the Rita Show because it doesn't show some douchebag sitting behind the scenes like, oh, yeah, look at my bunker. I got my bunker and I got, we got some new products in today to sell. Instead, you're going out of your way to tell people, there can be a food shortage. Prep for it. You can prep for any natural disaster. Way to go, Rita. We like it. And then some people say, look, we come to your channel because we like how you say meats are going up, prices are going down. You sound like the commodity stock market. Anyways, tuna is gone up in price. I mean, literally, people are saying to me, when will prices go down? It won't. The canned meats are going to keep going up, and that's because it's a proteins thing. Some people have messaged saying they're thinking of donating to my channel, but they would like me to get complete clarification of why the certain foods are going up. Well, I guess I can explain it while I'm waking up. So canned proteins. Say, for example, Higgins goes and buys out the entire Walmart of, I'm using Higgins as an example. He's still in bed like, I'm half asleep. Anyways, I can manage on my own anyways on the YouTube thing. We went round and round about his radio thing. We also went round and round on DSLRs, which Higgins' answer is the DSLR is dead. Anyways, we won't go there. So let's just continue with the quiz. I'm trying to be funny this morning, okay? It's Monday morning, okay? Most people don't like Mondays. So basically, it breaks down like this, okay? Your meat pricing right now is lower because the mega drought, all the wheat and the feed and the fodder is being, they can't make it fast enough, so they have to sell off their livestock. So places like Texas are seeing a surge in meat sales. So what happens? Well, so what happens? Well, because of the sales of meat, the preppers are looking at other alternatives. Go to a grocery store. Go in there and say, okay, I want to try some Spam. We're not we are not sponsored by Hormel, okay? So Hormel doesn't say, hey, test out our Spams and we'll give it to you free. No, we don't get that privilege. If they wanted to give us that privilege, I would give them an honest opinion of what I think of their Spam collection, but they won't, They got enough people online, that are already buying it and reviewing it for free. And those reviewers, the ones that I say that buy it, I put more stock in them than I do with the reviewers that get it for free. Usually the ones that do it for free are, usually get twist and turned, and a kickback or something. But anyways, the proteins go down in this when all the meat goes out in 2023, right, or early 2023, and what do you say, the end of 22 or beginning of 2023, the end of the election cycle, and everything gets reset. Again, they can't control the meat prices. They could sit there and they could literally, I'm going to go into politics this morning, but let's just continue with this. I'll explain the whole pricing thing, okay? Basically, all canned oysters, kippered snaps, sardines, herring, mackerels in cans, anything canned related to protein is gone up. I mean, literally, I'm looking on my side of the screen, and it is literally, I've had people ask me also if I'm willing, by the way, because a lot of people say to me, your show's great. We might want to donate. So the question we have is, could we actually not go onto the Amazon wish list and actually have you do schedule a time on Instagram or Facebook, which I don't use, or StreamYards, which I use, and they say, can you literally post your list literally on a screen share so we don't, what you buy is in your shopping cart, make sure it's empty, but they say, can we actually let it go through literally the list while you do this, and we could see what you're talking about, what's sold out, what is affordable, why you chose these products. They would like I mean, they said I could make a complete video tactically, literally why I chose the products. Well, I just threw in products that would be affordable, the reviews look good, and two is that would help you guys get an understanding on prepping. You don't need 50 TVs. I threw in like 3 or 4 different television sets. Maybe it was 5 or 6, but those portable TVs are literally and then some pricing has gone down and some hasn't. Non-essential you got multivitamins, they're going up. Magnifying glass has gone up. Non-essentials have gone down. Things like your yeast, that's gone up. Your brown sugar sold out. Your granulated sugar gone up. Your real maple syrup's gone up. They say price drop, right? Price drop was like 2%. When they give you a 2% price drop, it means that they're higher than the grocery store, okay? And if the grocery store is high, it's because either, bullion went up. Some of the bullion sold out. So if you see no pricing where it says see all buying options, I mean, sold out. Batteries, some batteries are the same price. Some batteries are out. That one there is, shampoo and conditioner, it's like this went down 3%. Well, it doesn't matter if you're paying $18 for 2 bottles of shampoo and conditioner jointly. I mean, literally not a combo. It's like, shampoo, 1 bottle, conditioner, 1 bottle. You're paying like $18. That's $8 a bottle. People say to me, the soap's getting out of hand. It's like, do you want to pay $20 for, or do so bar soap toiletries has gone up. So let's just continue. That includes your shaving cream, your bar soap, your body wash, your shaving gel, your razor blades went up. They say, oh, these are right. That this one here, right? I've been following it. They say no, it wasn't. It was literally the last time I looked at it a week ago. It was like $14.99. Now it's $27.99, and they say it dropped from something. They're basically Amazon's basically trying. I have a program that usually sometimes I go through and update the prices in the evenings when I'm not YouTubing, and I actually keep my prices current. So that's how I know Amazon's trying to do the old switcheroo, which we'll talk to you guys in a minute. Razor blades gone up. Naproxen and ibuprofen actually went down. Tylenol went up again. Then fishing lures went up. I put fishing lures in for reasons. People say, why is that? Well, if you're in an area where protein is scarce, you're going to be thinking the lure might help you catch your dinner. Think about it. Same goes with flies and fly kits. We have fly rod and fly kits, the other problem is apparently certain things like your canning pots and your canning jars are running out. Literally, they're selling out like hotcakes. Just remember, I would love to get Fanny on board. Moderator Fanny is great. She's literally a boots on the ground for prepping, other things. Now, the portable TVs are going down in price. Fortunately, I got enough money I can invest in a portable TV. The problem I have with my portable TV requirement is taking notes is anyways, one of the things I wanted to share with you this morning is here at the radio Rita. Sorry, my thing doesn't chirp that often. It's got like everything set up. They don't chirp. Anyways, one of the things is with the TV for portables is I'm looking for something that literally has taken notes as AA batteries, but I'll get to that in a minute. So the thing is, you got to look at it and utilize everything you have. So, like non-essential items like your radios and stuff that you might need short band. First aid kits are the same, lower in price. It just depends how big you want it. Your books are being sold out. Literally, I've been looking at this here, and it's like the books I put in for you for prepping Literally sold out. Coolers, again, coolers are going down in price. People aren't camping, so coolers are losing the price in the value. Tents are going down a bit too, due to the fact that September. How many people want a September camp? Go to school and then they get home and the dad takes them camping for 2 days or 3 days. I mean, this is the last weekend usually that the campgrounds are pretty full before it gets to the point where it gets slower. If you do go camping, so we're halfway through the list. Got my morning coffee. If I want more, I will. So some of the coolers that you store for water in the fridge sold out. Ramen, some ramen's up in price, some is down. This ramen here went down. Your toilet paper claims that it's literally gone down in price. The logical answer is it hasn't gone down in price. It went literally up in price to the point of breaking. I mean, when you sit there and you look at 18 rolls for $20 or more, or 18 rolls for like $30 or more, But I mean, literally, you got to look at the price. They say gone down, gone up, yada, yada, yada. Excuse me for 1 second, everyone. As a prepper, I need to say something. So, so someone get in there. Get in there. Anyways, everyone, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to open the window and cool down the place. Let's continue. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, the Rita Show is great because it's real people. Well, maybe, but we're not done yet today. So, I'm going to cool down the place. So, a couple things I want to share with you this morning is some of the preppers tools that I'm looking at possibly getting. We'll talk about it in the update section, but right now we're not even done. So ramen went down, toilet paper. Do we want to even continue this? Yes, because a lot of people say they tune in mostly for the Rita stock market pricing of prepping tools. So paper towels up through the roof. I should see if Zoe would email me some voice clips, that I can actually use with my offline videos. Maybe she'd be willing, and she can do like, this is the the Rita Show stock market price index update. Okay, so Denty Moore's stew is gone up in price. I know Chris loves his Denty Moore. Chris was on last night, but I wasn't even drunk. Oh, I know why. Came on to hang out, and I was basically busy on the phone. I just hate that when he comes in, and but at least he had a conversation that didn't incur, Yeah, Chloe said to me the other day, it's gonna cost me $80 to get my hair done. 80 plus tip to get my hair done. I might just get it professional. She's like, ooh, I can trim your thing. No, her version of trimming, okay, but this is kind of a humor joke, okay? I'm not going to make fun of Chloe because she'll come in and yell at me on YouTube, but her version of trimming hair is basically a flat top buzz cut for me. Be like, I'm a real woman, like me. See, I'm trying to be funny this morning. I don't even know how Chloe would take it, people say your hair is beautiful, maybe, but still, my hair may be beautiful, but I still got to get through some of the. See, that's the thing, me being stuck indoors, with the, Anyways, the beanie weenies have gone up in price. We're only 60% through the list. Baked beans through the roof. I mean, literally. Let me just put it this way: people like. There's people like Brother Higgins, okay, jokingly gets all his food stamps, right? And Ed, because he doesn't eat 12 cans of beans in 3 months, 12 cans for, say, $35 would probably be efficient for him, or $40, even $60. But to me, It's what you pay for on your money. What you buy for, I don't have any problem with. Me as a prepper, I have a problem when uh, 12 cans or 12 pounds of beans cooked is over $30 or even $35. So that's something I just want to share with you. And then you have like 12 pack. See what they're doing also, and we're gonna talk about this, is shrinkflation. They're basically giving you uh half the case for a full case price. So they're basically cutting you out. They're shorting everyone. Okay, so deck of cards, they're cheaper. So a lot of people have asked me, okay, your water, we won't even go there. I mean, I'm looking at pricing of water for a 12 pack of water that during shrinkflation, $32, $35 for 12 bottles. I mean, who the hell? I mean, literally, this is why people need to realize there's problems. I mean, look, people are stockpiling and putting all their money into water and food. I mean, literally, if you see what I'm seeing on my side of the screen, you'd be basically sitting there. And I picked out, some of the stuff I picked out that takes food stamps. This is why I picked it, because I can monitor it. As Amazon is taking food stamps, they're raising the prices. I mean, literally, you think they're doing it for fun? No. They're sitting there going, oh, look, we're going to raise the price because we can. Thank God, you didn't see, And then, razor blades, electric razor, Walls, Remingtons, Phillips, Norelco bronze, they're gone up in price because they take AA batteries, and you can use 2-rat batteries, and all I have to do is every 18 months put in a new set of blades. Unfortunately, just joking about Brother Higgins, he'd probably put a new blade in every 3 or 4 years because he'd probably grow a beard out. Before, but a lot of men are like, man, they're going out, I'm poking fun at the Badger. Basically, a lot of men out there say, what do? You can either grow a beard or you can get one. But the cheaper razors that are battery operated aren't a wet dry combo where you just put shaving cream on them, with the electric razor. Coffee, some of the coffee I'm looking at is completely sold out. Someone emailed me and just said to me recently that on Amazon that they needed help with the electric smokers because they're selling out like hotcakes. Cast iron piece set is gone up in price. The lunch meats, people are saying, what's the best course of action for prepping for low affordability? Your affordability, I will get to that today because this is why we're here for prepping. But anyways, rolled oats went down in price. Rice went up in price. Beans went up in price. And those little crackers with little cheese sticks, that you can use for a little protein snack. If you're out and about, which talking about a joke while we're doing this, I'll get to that in a minute. Basically, evaporated milk is they're cutting. They're charging way too much for a case. They're raising it again. Some things are sold out. A box. They're saying, oh, you can get a multi-box. Of X amount. Sometimes they're trying to sell you in the bulk because you can't find single boxes. So they're offering in the bulk of like 4 boxes or 6 boxes, but they're raising the price so high, thinking if you don't break it down, you won't know what it's pricing, Mac and cheese, again, went through though. Holy crap, look at this. I just placed some order recently for some of this mac and cheese, right? It was like $2.99 yesterday. Now it's $9.99. See? This is why you got to look at it. See, some people find, and by the way, the reason the price of mac and cheese goes up and down is depending on the flavor. For example, you like extra sharp mac and cheese, then your our sharp mac and cheese like me and Zoe do. Then the radio Zoe, the future of rock and roll. Your goldfish crackers went up. Your basic mac and cheese went up. Your coats went up. Your non-essential percolators went down. Your coffee pot went down. I monitor bunny food, right there, the little pooper. Let me just say for the record, dog food is completely sold out. Everything I'm looking on my side is sold out. I mean, literally, I went to Amazon the other day to place it because we've been waiting for a while for Moppy's food. So when last time Chloe went to the store and I went with her, they were selling 3.5 pound bags of dog food. I mean, the little mini things. And they're talking about downsizing for the three. See, it used to be 5 pounds. Then it went to 4.5 pounds. Then it went to 4 pounds. Now it's 3.5 pounds. They keep shrinkflation and raising the price. Instead, a 3.5 pound bag of dog food used to be like $1.99. Now it's like $6.99. And I'm not talking because of island price. I'm talking the shrinkflation. So, one of the things Sister Pee Wee, when she was around, was talking about in the past was shrinkflation. Literally, shrinkflation was pretty bad. I'm going to get to my comments soon. I don't know if anyone's in watching anyways, but at least you get to see the real me. That's one of the things Piper's liked about was the real me. So basically, let's get to it. Meat sticks went up in price. Those are another high protein snack. Beef jerky went up too, and beef sticks. Fishing rods are gone up because it's a non-essential item. People know that there's the demands there because of preppers like me telling the people, if the fish company, I'm going to make a joke here. If the fish company literally thinks, see, when I say I'm giving you guys a joke, you know where I'm going with it. And my cousin Dinky never watches this because she's like out here blinding freeloading mooch if I do say something. If the fish companies or the fishing rod companies see me sitting there and they see I'm promoting their products because I believe in their products, like the Shakespeare Catch More Fish spinning fishing kit where you get the little fishing box and you get all the lures and everything with it. That's why I put Catch More, and you click on it and you have like 8 or 10 or 12 different kits you can get. You can get one for pike, one for bass, one for salmon, one for steelhead, whatever, right? I'm surprised that the Shakespeare Company doesn't send me a freaking free rod of each of those because I'm actually, I'm endorsing them with free advertising by saying this is what I believe in. So let's continue. See, I can be kind of stingy and stubborn too. Okay. Nuts. Nuts are gone up. Again, people say, well, why is that? I'll get to it in a minute. Scanners are the same price. Nuts, certain dishes are gone up. Now your canned corned beef and hash corned beef in a can. They do have like little prime ribbon cans and everything else. The other day I was looking jokingly. I know if anyone's watching this, like Higgins or whatever, he's like, "Ew!" I was looking for escargot. I eat it once in a while. It's a very rare delicacy, and I don't know if Zoe would eat it. So that's what the difference between me and Zoe is. You get a nice red wine or a white wine and you eat escargot with it. How to prep escargot. You can buy it exactly, and you can buy escargot, right? So basically, you buy escargot, right? So what happens? So it's a delicacy, right? So I got an email saying they need $45 in the next 24 hours. You see, this is something I want to talk about too, part of the update. I don't donate to political campaigns. See, some of this canned meat's already sold out. Some of the canned meat's raised, like corned beef and and stuff. Like you have stuff that says luncheon meat. That means it's basically spam. It's spam in a can. Okay, so I've got my phone thing charging. Still, my tablet thing's charging. That's why it just lit up like, oh, do you want to look at your email? No, I don't care about Best Buy. So basically, the other thing I was trying to say to Zoe the other day is she's like, I don't like spam. Well, then, honey, I'll make sure when we're living together in our little cabin out in the middle of the sticks where we have a generator and we have enough things that we can get around that we can literally, jokingly, of course, she likes men. She would never give that up. Sometimes I think our beloved Jen A is a player. Maybe she's got deep, dark secrets too. I mean, we don't know. But, I still make jokes that I should marry my Jen A. But Jen A doesn't think I would make a good wifey. See, I'm throwing a joke out there for you guys, okay? Let's just continue. So basically, she said she doesn't like spam. Spam is going up through the roof. I mean, literally. So this is why I'm here telling you that mac and cheese, some of it's sold out. That's went up. This ramen went up again. This ramen went up in price approximately $3. This ramen stayed the same this time around. That stuff there is running out. Apparently, they're running out of the suddenly salad. Thing is, if you buy suddenly salad or suddenly salad by Betty Crocker and you want to throw something together quickly, what you need to do is make sure you have the Tupperware containers. Buy a Tupperware container kit, which would be very good for your prepping. And what you do is you keep those Tupperware containers clean. You just make your 2 boxes or 2 packages of suddenly salad. You double it and then mix it together, and you can have that in the fridge. You can eat the poor man's version of macaroni salad, but at least they put little bacon pieces in. So it's and then you refrigerate it, and then in the evening it tastes as good as regular traditional macaroni salad. You just got pasta salad and a bacon. And the thing is if you make your own bacon ranch, it might cost you. The noodles might cost you like $5 or $6. So you got to figure out how much noodles you're going to use, then the mayonnaise you have on hand, and then you got to figure out how to do your ranch. Which do you use a ranch powder, which could be expensive, or do you use regular real bacon? So when you look at sometimes paying $4 for a double box, or do you pay $20 to make the same dish that will feed less people? Because the box thing, and they say, oh, well, it's got GMOs. And yes, but the problem is unless you're willing to pay $4 to $8 for your noodle, and then $5 to $8 for macaroni, and then you could turn around and cut out the bacon if you decided to put chicken instead. If you had canned chicken, you can make a chicken pasta out of it. I mean, what Pee Wee gave me, I'm allocating the chicken in with my suddenly pasta, because that would be a way to make stretch out your protein. You also get some protein in your mayonnaise. So think about that. So anyways, your milk powder, your butter powder's gone up. Again, people say, well, why is it going? Because what do you think? I mean, you can't keep fresh milk and dairy unless you know how to powder it yourself. So food boxes have gone down in price. Those food buckets, dehydration buckets gone down. We're almost to the bottom of the list, by the way. So your food buckets have gone down, your dehydration went down, your other things have gone up, like your dehydrated eggs, that's going up. It's always going up. It's basically going through the roof. And finally, at the bottom is your double sleeping bags. They're the same price. People say, well, why do you need a double sleeping bag? Well, let's just say you have 2 people living in a house and there's no power, right? Would you rather basically snuggle up to your significant other in a nice big thingy in the wintertime under a comforter? Or if you have a double sleeping bag, that acts as a backup? Now, if you have to bug out, the double sleeping bag comes in handy anyways, but that's just an option for you. Gabby was asking me the other day about tents. Well, depends on how big a heavy tent is. Oh, by the way, the backpacks I was talking about, the bug out bag, is one up in price, $10, actually 15. Some of the tents are sold out because people are stockpiling it for prepping. Others are saying, oh, we don't know when it's coming back in. So I'm just looking at this. Lanterns, again, sold out. Stoves sold out. Cook stoves have sold out. Some of them are available, but yeah, it depends on what brand you're going to choose. You can buy a crappy brand that has like a 6-month warranty, go for it. But another thing is wash and go army blankets or wool blankets are cheaper. Matches went up in price. Your food buckets have got some of your food buckets went down. We're at the bottom of the list is food buckets. So anyway, shall we go on this morning here at the Rita Show about what's going on? So when it comes, good morning, Higgins. Chirp, chirp, haha, very funny, very funny. I'm trying to speed the prepping list up for people that want to know the thing. The Badger, that's you. You annoy me so much. You got the name the Badger. So as a polar bear, I can basically use my claws and swat the Badger back, basically. The only thing the Badger can do is climb in his hole and hide. Anyway, so I got a couple things to share with you this morning. Prepping tools, okay? A couple things. Now, the list that I made with Higgins' help, he gets half the credit because he's the one who gave me the ideas of what should be added to it. Is Higgins knows when it comes to portable TVs, I can only take a digital TV that has AA batteries. You don't want anything that's rechargeable lithium batteries because, well, what happens if the lithium battery, Actually, you can go and give your own haircut, Higgins. You see, Higgins is trying to, you're not touching my girl hair, okay? My girl hair is mine. I'm developed a wisdom for long hair, and my hot long hair is No, look. See, he's poking the badger this morning. Stupid son of a bitch doesn't even realize. See, this is why you get the real me. You get to see I'm annoyed because some jackass hootenanny doesn't know what a suddenly salad is. Look, I buy boxes like this every month. See? Bacon ranch. It's something Higgins can do. I forgot. If you can't microwave this son of a bitch, then he won't eat it. Now you boil the water. Then you follow the instructions. You boil water. See, let me give you the instructions for Higgins, because Higgins, he doesn't hear that well. So he can't read my lips when I say you boil water. You strain noodles while pasta is cooking. Stir together 1 packet seasoning and mayonnaise in bowl. So seasoning and mayonnaise in bowl. Stir it together. Go. Then drain pasta after it's boiled into strainer. Here, just so Higgins can understand. Into strainer. Drain pasta in strainer. Then take noodles, put noodles back into pot. Then, for some of you out there, I should do a video on this anyways for easy prepping. Then, what do? You take the mayonnaise and the seasoning pack and all together, mix it together. And have it already ready and pre-mixed. So you just throw the noodles in there. And then afterwards, you take your noodles and you put them in. Then you put it in. Then you put it in Tupperware. Then you put it in Tupperware container. Then you take it and you take the seal and you go. And then you take it in your Tupperware. It's also airtight sealed with your made salad. Thing. Put it in there and like. And then you seal it up. Put it in your fridge and here. Till it gets cold. Trying to be funny here. And then after it's cold, you open up your fridge and you go, test it out. And you say, oh, it's cold. Perfect temperature. You can also say, I'm not ready for it. And you can go and drain out a can of tuna, or tuna, which I don't recommend. Chicken, or actually cook up some bacon, real bacon with it. Or a can of chicken, which chicken in a can is pretty expensive. So you open up your little can of chicken. And you're like, ooh, I'm going to put the little can of chicken in my thing. So you go in a little can of, well, it looks like tuna, but it's chicken. You're like, drain the water. And then you go and put it in and mix it together. And then let's just say maybe you want chicken and you're thinking one batch of it and you want some extra protein. I highly don't recommend it. Higgins goes, oh, I think I'll use a can of clams. So you open up the can. Drain off the liquid, and then you put the can of clams. You can do so much with this. Not just bacon. You can also put in little shrimp. So you can open up a can of shrimps and be like, So basically, shall I continue with the problem with the meats, okay? Flour. Another thing that's really getting out of hand is flour. People say to me, why is flour getting out of hand? Well, flour is getting out of hand because it is getting out of hand. Is it up here? It's up here, isn't it? I don't remember where. I think I put it up here last night. Anyways, so basically I compared the two this morning. Higgins is like, I'll get to my story with Higgins anyways. I'm not done poking the badger anyways. So last night, okay, and this morning, I wake up this morning and I got emails from fans, basically, on YouTube. They found my prepper's email and they're like, hey, Love your videos. Can you do an actual screen share one of these days without anyone bothering you? Screen share of the video contents of the list because they would like to see what I'm talking about. Pricing, just go through it and explain why I chose these products and stuff. But a lot of people say, why is meat sticks going up? Why is canned meat going up? Let's put it this way, without feed for the cattle and the cows are going to die. Literally, they're going to die. Excuse me, I had 3 grilled cheese sandwiches last night, so I'm still feeling the after effects of the gas. So I apologize if you hear me toot. It's not professional on this channel. I'm trying to be very professional for you all. Basically, they said, look, what's going to happen in the future, with meats? Well, you could be paying $100 a pound, and Higgins is going to sit there and decide he's going to start eating up his soups, and then soups will going up. Let me just break down the entire the food chain problem. By the way, I'm out of coffee almost because last night's coffee is just being finished up today. So, waste not, want not. Yeah. So basically, the food pricing has gone through the roof due to the fact that pricing is expensive. You see, once the meats go away, your elk, your deer, your basically your farm raised meats, okay, going bye-bye. Then people are going to raise the prices higher. I know a farmer I know somebody's connected to a good old-fashioned farmer, and she said, quote, unquote, that meats are going to go up in 2023. You might not even be able to afford anything. So prep now is what she's saying, because think of it. And people say, well, how come canned meat, nuts, and this? Okay, let me explain. The canned meats, I get emails like this all them. They don't put 2 and 2 together. They sound like a Higgins. So what? Say what? I can't hear you. I don't understand. I mean, I had a joke the other day. Someone emailed me and asked me if Higgins rode the short bus, that he seems not that intelligent compared to me. Well, he's got an IT degree. I don't. So he's more intelligent than me. But they think he's really slow. But anyway, see, I get to poke the badger this morning. Keep poking me. It's time I... But anyways, that was one of the messages was. But anyways, let's just get down to the brass tacks, okay? So basically, we're not here to poke and poke and poke. I've had enough annoyance already, okay? And, he knows my opinion of where the thing should be on Social Security. But anyways, or SSI. I already given my opinion. I ain't going to go into it today, okay? So basically, this is serious, so I have to pay attention. On the prepping side of meats, when meats go through the roof, your canned soups. Well, let's just say your canned soups. Well, let me put it this way, okay? Right now, these are going for like $60 or $70 a can. 60 to 70 for a case of 12. Last time I checked. Why? Well, let's see. Italian sausage. Pork's going up. This is canned meat, basically. You keep your canned meats and eat it as money. This here. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle. What happened? It's got chicken chunks in it. It looks like cheap tuna chunks, but pure chicken. I've actually checked into it. It's actually real chicken. So, what does that tell you? That tells you right there, the soup's going to go up. Anything with meat in it in your soup is going to go through the roof. You say, oh, well, your ramen won't be cheap. Ramen will be expensive because each ramen takes either pork, beef, vegetable, chicken stock. And the chicken and beef and pork is already going to be hard to get 2023. What do you think is going to happen to your ramen? Literally, people don't realize that. Your chicken stock, your beef stock. I mean, Chris was talking last night. Chris Chris last night's like, oh yeah, I had a cup of rice and I had beef stock and I had chicken stock and whatever else, right? I don't care. You know what? No one gives a shit what you're eating for dinner. 2 is, if you're taking a cup of rice and you're adding this and adding that and adding this and it's just for you, and then you sit there and say, oh yeah, you know what? There's people out there that think that that's a good meal, which I agree it is, but my opinion on Chris's thing, you don't need to tell us what you fucking ate. And 2 is, no offense to the F-bombs out there for you people. And 2 is, I mean, we already know Higgins. Oh, tonight's dinner is better, cheddar. Beep, 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 beep. Bing. Oh, I felt good. Now I need a Diet Dr. Mountain Dew. You're not a turtle. You don't win the race. Trust me. Basically, you're not. I'm not going to even go there with your damn antic. That's poking the bear. Literally poking it. So, can we continue with the serious issues? I got updates to talk about too. That's very important. So, basically, when it comes to your wheat, right? People say, "Oh, why's flour going?" Because there's a mega drought. There's problems in the world's commodities for wheat. I'm not an expert, but I can tell you wheat's going up. People are going to start using more wheat for bread. But Higgins, as long as Higgins ain't buying wheat, he won't need to worry. What's he going to cook? Oh, well, I'm going to put wheat in my soup stock. Yeah, if you want to thicken it up, make it gravy. See, I get to poke him again. Literally, the guy thinks I think he's like Poppy in many ways. He basically doesn't know how to truly cook, okay? Jokingly, of course, okay? So, literally. So, can I go down the pipe, okay? So, basically, you better stock up in your turkeys and your hams and your corn chickens and your Cornish game and whatever else you can. Because when it runs out, that's when the real trouble's going to begin. I even have family in Kentucky that's emailed me saying that the pork market they're going to have to raise the prices by $100 or $200 soon for hams. So you better get your ham soon because of it. Just because the ham problem. Now, a lot of people say to me, Rita, what's going on with the other meats, Again, if you basically see 2023 going to be a shitty year for foods, no offense, then you got to realize if the mega drought continues, which I'm going to get to that in a minute. Actually, I'm going to cut to the mega drought part right now to be part of the food chain, okay? So the mega drought turns around, right? And what do? They're now limiting your water all over, right? I just heard that Las Vegas, the reason they've survived for so long is what they call reuse of water, okay? So I was at a hospital a while ago, and it said, do not drink out of the toilet. So, being funny as I walked out, it's part of my story for you guys. Zoe's not around, so Zoe doesn't get to hear the wonderful radio Rita story time. So I walked out and I talked to the doctor, right? This was on like 10th floor, heart doctor. And said, hey, doctor, or the the receptionist. She's like, oh, yes, ma'am. I was like, sorry to say this, there's like family bathrooms for trannies that's starting out, and then if a tranny's starting out, and they still got a beard somewhat, they use a female restroom. They can't say anything at the hospital. The point is you can have a beard walking to the women's restroom. You can have a beard. The rumor has at the hospital I went to, right, there was a couple of women that got raped in the women's restroom by men. They figured, I'll claim I'm tranny, and they go in and there's like the doors sometimes you can lock them, so it's just you in there and it says busy, and somehow it was like gunpoint stuff and whatever, right? Anyway, so it says do not drink. So one day I was talking to someone, right? And the bathrooms are all full. Well, there's like three trannies, right? Three trannies that are non-pass. They don't pass. Zoe is all genetic, and Zoe and I pass, right? And so being the trannies, they're all standing around. So the hospital time said, well, you're transgender, you can use the men's if the women's are backlogged. Well, women's are backlogged, so they run in there, right? Well, me, of course, one of the girls sent me a picture, for memento, in the men's bathroom. It says right there, the urinal, right? It'd be something that Higgins would see, right? Do not drink out of the urinals, right? The water is reused. And my husband was joking about it when he was alive, Aaron. He'd be like, there's a sign in there, do not drink the water. I was like, really? It was in the women's restroom too, hon. Do not drink out of the toilet bowl. The water's reused. That's what is it? He says they reuse the water. Well, when hubby was asking one doctor, what is it with the plaques that says right above the toilet? Do not drink out of toilet bowl. This water is reused. I mean, literally, you go into the single wheelchair accessible stalls, right? It says, "Do not drink out of the toilet." Like. I mean, literally. I mean, it's like what? They reuse it, and there could be chemicals in the water. I mean, I was like, look, what if I have a Great Dane that's a service dog and needs to drink something and thinks the toilet water is good? I mean, is that for the sign? Do not. I mean, it doesn't say dogs should not drink out of the toilet bowl water. Sounds like they're trying to be like Star Trek, you know. You take your shit, it gets reused in the system, and then eventually when you need to eat again, you go and you're like, "Hi, I'm Higgins. Computer. Boop, boop. Make me 4 better cheddars." You know, the synthesizer, the, what do they call it? The replicator. It's like, already cooked, you know, he's got it already cooked. And Higgins is like, "Oh yeah, dinner, better cheddars." But you do know, if you know anything about Star Trek, it's like reused garbage and poop that's turning back into, they use that to transfer into replicators, so it gets reused as energy to make your dinner. So when you're pooping, you know, oh, someone messaged me. Yes. Mm-hmm. So basically, Zoe's like, "I can join in a half hour." Well, we're not even getting close to Zoe time. So, you know, she's like soaking up the sun at 1. Anyways, let me just do this, okay? So I'd like to get that back to my task at hand, okay? Yeah, well, ramen's also made of wheat. It's also made of flour. Maybe you didn't know, flour and everything else. Let's look just to look. Because we can, okay? Yeah, it's made with enriched wheat flour. You're right. So basically, ramen, again, Higgins is right. You see, Higgins isn't stupid. When Higgins has something to say, I appreciate his comment without him poking the bear. I mean, literally, the badger is getting has been thumped a few times this week because you don't annoy the polar bear. Oh, which reminds me, one of these days I will get around to sharing the picture I downloaded for you guys on the thing, okay? So to make this video more interesting this morning, okay? Higgins is completely right. Thank you, Higgins. I'm actually giving you credit for where credit's due. However, I'm going to basically give you a good swatting if you even open your chili hole about something I was going to talk about in a minute anyways. But anyways, we didn't even get to the point. So Higgins right. Just, for example, noodles, for example, right, is made with wheat. If we're having a wheat shortage of noodles for ramen, and we're having a meat shortage for beef and stock, right? See, look at this. Wheat flour right here. If we're having a shortage of wheat flour, right? I want to break this down to you, okay? For you guys to understand what Higgins is talking about. Thank you, Higgins. Thank you. You're the man, okay? Basically, it says chicken stock, okay? How do you get chicken stock? From a chicken. What if all the bullion's gone and the chicken stock can't be made, and all the chickens are the ones that aren't they've been killed because no one can afford that and they're hoping rain? What if we get 7 years of turmoil and animals go hungry, except for certain parts of the country where the states are going to be forced by the Gestapo of the Democrats, which we'll get to that in a minute. Democrats will force the blue states to cough up the meats for them, for all the red states, or the red states, or vice versa. It could be civil war over cows and chickens and livestock. Think about food, right? So it says here another thing: enriched egg noodles, right? Wheat flour. Okay, let's just say there's a flour shortage, right? Can't make it. So you got a shortage of beef stock or chicken stock in this can. I'm breaking it down for you. A shortage of chicken because there's not enough meat, and a shortage of eggs, which then turns around. What do you got left? Then there's a shortness of salt, a shortness of cornstarch, shortness of chicken fat. Trust me, there's chicken fat in this. A shortening of dried chicken broth. Again, they're saying they're using a little dried chicken broth, right? Shortness of sugar. Sugar is getting expensive. Remember, I just said sugar's going through it. Beta carotene, which is shortness. They say next year we're going to have a carrot shortness. And then you got onion powder, which they might have a shortness of onion soon. Some people might start making their own version of onion soup. And yeast. Remember, yeast is going up, right? And more dried chicken and more garlic extract, right? Contains wheat, egg, and soy. Soybeans are going to get expensive too. You see where I'm going with this. So, just to make this, to put on the shelf, could be so scarce that you might be able to see them lose 95% of their production if they don't get the meat pandemic under control by 2023. You see, people don't realize what's in their foods till it's too late. Ramen's almost like wheat flour and beef stock or chicken stock. Why do I tell you this? Because you need to realize, like the raviolis. Raviolis made with wheat, right? Wheat. But wheat's going up, right? Another reason why Doritos, people say to me, oh, the Doritos went up. Yes, I didn't eat them, Higgins. Doritos are up there in price because corn has gone up. Corn is very high in good staple. But the states that produce the most corn is basically losing money because corn, and we're in a mega drought. Yeah, exactly. You see, there you go. Higgins exactly answered that. Let me give you, you know what? Too bad. I'm gonna actually, Higgins, do not even fucking think of deleting that comment. I'm pinning the message for you all. Higgins basically says no chicken means no egg for noodles, no chicken meat, no wheat means no noodles. He's completely right. This just breaks down the food chain more. So chicken noodle soup will be hard. Beef noodle soup's going to be hard. I mean, look, Higgins is right. It's all about that. What if there's no beef? What if there's no beef steak? What if there's no beef turkey, beef ham, you know? I mean, look, the honest truth is you got, see, I actually think, that's a big deal. I mean, literally it is a big deal. Oh, which reminds me, it was a big deal. So basically, this is one thing that I should address, Higgins, thank you. You basically made that worth my while. So it's easy to explain, but I'm not done yet. I'm also, okay. I'm saving the picture Zoe shared with me because that's cool. It's always like, she's missing out on the show. But anyways, let me just tell you guys the story, okay? So this is just the tip of the iceberg, okay? This is the tip of the iceberg. Now Higgins, he's realizing Higgins ain't smart, but not, he is kind of dumb. Higgins didn't pick up my thing last night. Stupid is as stupid does. Mom always says life's like mama's dinner, Sunday night dinners. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay, seriously aside, I can poke Higgins all day, okay, because I'm in a good mood. All right, so don't break my mood. Don't poke the bear, Higgins. But the truth is, Higgins is completely right. This just breaks down the food chain. Think of it. Wheat is used not just in wheat is basically just one of the staples we use. Corn is. I mean, literally, if you look at the food chain for ramen alone, I mean, literally, why is beans going up in price? Why is dry beans going up 4 to 10 times more money? It's because people are, quote unquote, literally, how do I say it? People, quote unquote, are basically stockpiling. They don't care who they hurt. That's the truth of the matter, okay? The truth of the matter is, okay, if there's a crap situation, if there's truly a food shortage, which is be coming down the pipe because they can't contain it, they can't control the weather, okay? The problem is this, okay? Let me tell you what I think's happening, and then I'll get to it. So the Republicans and the Democrats, right? They're duking it out, right? So it goes like this. The Democrats think they can control both the House and Senate. Higgins says, oh, well, you know what? When he says something that's inappropriate on my channel for politics, I will remove it, but usually I leave it alone. I just don't want to poke him, the badger or the bear. The bear, don't poke the polar bear. But truth is, the preppers out there aren't telling you the truth. The truth is, they're sitting there trying to make a living, okay? I always poke fun at people saying, oh, if you want to donate, you know, and I can upgrade the radios to see if they go further. I can upgrade and buy a DSLR, or I can buy a camcorder. You know, Higgins is like, oh, the camcorder. We're going to get to that because I'm not done poking Higgins today about camcorders. So, I think Higgins is really going to be basically really off his rocker today. But anyways, let me just tell you what's going on, okay? Prepping is going to be hard. It's going to get worse. And it's going to get worse if you guys just sit around and think Uncle Sam's going to take care of you. I mean, I saw a video recently where people like Higgins and I have the supplies. We're the first people being targeted without a weapon. What's like Higgins joked about? What's he going to do? Kill someone with a knife? He could. If he's strong enough, he can freaking break their necks. But if they're a whole armed posse of 100 people with guns, ain't surviving. You're good as toast. You know, they might just beat the crap out of you and take your food anyways. So, anyways, there's a lot of weird things going on. All right, so let's just get to the thing, right? So the government basically is not telling you there's a food shortage. They say, oh, things are going down. Really? Really? There's a mega drought, right? Our wheat's not growing. We're having wheat shortages around the world. There's even food. They say 10 million people in South and Africa is going to die because of food shortages, right? Because of wheat shortage. Think of it. If there's going to be a wheat shortage, there's going to be a yeast shortage. There's going to be stuff that's so bad that you guys won't get any food. You know, I personally think if Zoe's going to write her second book, it should be about prepping, literally, because think of it. She's going to be living through this. Now, a lot of you say, well, you know, why is the prices going up on meat sticks? I got to use the toilet real quick. Canned meat, beef jerky, beef sticks, and nuts, to say the least, and soups. Okay. Well, I'll tell you why. Yeah, unless Higgins want to get to it first, which, yeah, I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah, I can't get through this. Sorry about that, people. So Chloe, on the other hand, is being a complete ass this morning. She's been fucking so damn cocky and lazy. It's getting on my nerves. Anyways, we won't talk about that. So let's just go on to the truth of the meats. Okay, so basically, if you look at beans, the reason beans are going up in price is because it's a protein. Your canned meat's going up in price because it's, again, a protein. Your canned your beef jerky and your beef sticks, it's a protein. Your canned seafoods is, again, canned seafoods like mackerel, sardines, anchovies, kippered snacks, herring fillets. They are literally protein in a can. So if you break down your protein in a can compared to everything else, the people are taking the protein. Without protein, your body breaks down all the protein in your body and eventually you get sick. He doesn't want to come and watch Dr. Doolittle. What he wants to do is he wants to eat his damn snack. Hi, Evo. Anyways, give me 1 second, people. So, do you understand the whole ramification, everyone, on the thing? Okay, so what does that tell you, everyone? Tells me that your proteins that everyone's complaining about is going up in price. So your proteins, I changed, by the way. Your proteins are literally going up in price. Because of it, eventually the cows that are producing cows, all these people that have animals, the country's going to be down. Now, what's that doing for the rest of the country? Let's see. In the cattle processing countries, okay, let's break down the economics here, okay? This is why you got to be very careful in this election cycle and careful about what's going on in the world, okay? So you sit there and you say, oh, well, we're going to have to work the world for a thing. No, you don't. Unless Putin does something stupid, well, no. The main problem you got to worry about mostly is what happens to the American people. Think. The grocery stores are literally full right now, but that can change in a pandemic. It can be stripped within 2 days. Less if there's panic buyers. Now you could sit there and say, oh, well, it doesn't apply to me. Maybe not. But let me tell you the secret. The American people will panic buy till nothing left. And then it's too late. Now, under the political thing, they're trying to draw this out saying all prices are good. All prices are good. Here's what's going on in the political spectrum of things. The Democrats are turning around, and they're literally in the prepping term saying everything's great. Gas prices are low. Does anyone realize that the geometry of going through gas prices being low is because no one's driving? Dad, he drives all the time. Oh, my gas price is so low. He knows other people ain't driving. So what's he doing? He's driving for them, filling his tank up, doing this, doing that. I mean, look, it's like I was telling Higgins the other day. No offense to Higgins. Higgins sat there, right? And Higgins says to me, I got 1,400 in cash recently. I'm doing Higgins. And I said, look, you can fucking think for once and think of it. See, Higgins told me a story, okay? I want to tell you guys a story. It doesn't go according to this plan, but basically it's the same thing, okay, is what he said. I haven't eaten out in years. Hell, I haven't even bought new underwear and socks in years. Okay, think of that. Think of that. 9 years he's been living in his whole home, being frugal as frugal can be to pay his taxes and his lights and his utilities while living on food stamps and getting every subsidy he can. Now, from some Republican standpoint of view, they point at Higgins and say he's a bloody freaking freeloading moocher, right? And Higgins are pointing, well, I paid into my taxes every week. Well, you did. Think of it. If Higgins basically is paid into his taxes, okay, he paid every year his fucking. I'm gonna back up Higgins here. Higgins says, "Oh, you don't support me, you know." No, I do support. Thing is, when I say something, I fucking mean it. Take fucking SSI and run, but that's my opinion. We don't even know if he's getting SSI. He made the argument there, which we'll see soon, right? But here's my argument to Higgins, right? You may be fucking entitled, but that's only because you paid fucking taxes. So he paid property taxes. That property tax that raises every year because these dipshits raises his taxes, pays for school levies, pays for food stamps, pays for everything that he pays into, he gets back. Internet, if he gets an electric and phone deal and everything else, his taxes paid for it. He pays sales tax at the store, pays for it. So his property tax, his sales tax, hell, if he had an income tax and he had to pay to the state and the fucking government, he paid into those taxes. So he's entitled. When people sit there and say, well, Rita, you don't have any way to say that. Oh, Rita, you don't have anything to say. You can't talk, right? Because, you don't pay taxes. Really? So basically, this item here, this radio that Chloe paid was $49.99, and because of electronics and rechargeable batteries and all this, the taxes were higher than it should be. So, did Chloe pay taxes? Yes. Look at the grocery store receipt, right? I'm looking at the grocery store receipt. It says sales tax right there. Non-food items, sales tax, right? Think about it. I pay taxes. Higgins pays taxes. All these people pay taxes. Why? Because you have to. Say, you pay taxes to the freaking tax man to live. They think because it's basically sales tax, that if you don't pay it, you can't use that item in their state. Like Washington, you buy a laptop for $900 and say California, and you take it home. Washington wants to know. If they find out you have a laptop that you bought from another state, supposedly, you get in trouble for it. They want the use tax, which is like 60%, because you imported it in. I mean, literally, states are getting fucking greedy, and yet people don't think about it. I mean, literally, I was looking over Jenny's report the other day. Jenny sent me that letter, right? And I've kept Jenny's info hidden. Oh, is this my letter thing I need? Oh, yeah, my stamps. I'm down to 2 stamps. I'm going to have to make some payment soon, right? So Jenny sent me this thing. Remember, Jenny sent me my booze, right? Then Higgins is like, I want booze too. Well, you can have booze all you want, Higgins, but you got to buy it yourself. But anyways, the point I'm making is this. So Jenny's info that I have on file doesn't say anything about sales tax. So how Jenny probably pays, Yeah, well, our sales tax with everything, with stadium tax and everything else, is like 9.9%. So non-food related things like between 8.6 and 9.9, give or take. And it's going up. They want to raise the taxes more, so we won't go there. Yeah, that's why you basically try to buy non-food items as much as possible, less as possible. But that's how they basically get you. The problem is, The problem is, again, the American people need to realize that if the government, they never package these properly. As soon as you start pulling them out, they start to crumble. Anyways, let's just get down to brass tacks, okay? Look, the government is entitled to take more. You're a citizen of their country, so if they want to fucking ass rape you for taxes, they will, Higgins. This isn't a video about who's going to be ass raped for taxes, okay? This is a video about literally, okay? So Higgins, let's just finish up his basically gripe, okay? Higgins pays his taxes. He thinks, but when he stopped working for 5 years, he lost his Social Security retirement, or his Social Security disability credits. He applied recently. They say, we don't have the credits. That's because he didn't apply in 2013 to 2018, so he lost it. But we're not here to talk about his damn Social Security problem. We're talking about the prepping, okay? So Higgins basically said the other day that he's entitled to, the stuff he is. But there's people out there that think if you're taking food stamps and you're paying your taxes and you're doing this and you're not working, you're bloody freaking freeloading mooch, right? Fortunately, look at the picture, what's going on with the rest of the country. And I'm not trying to blame Higgins. This isn't about Higgins, okay? This is about the seriousness of the country. And Higgins, don't keep poking the bear, okay? I got something that's very serious, that's very important here. I want to address before you keep poking the bear. Because when Zoe gets here, Zoe's going to keep putting you in your place. Don't poke the bear. Basically, remember what me and Higgins talked about earlier, people. The food shortages is not just in your beef, your pork, your chicken, your lamb. It's everything. I mean, sometimes I think that Zoe should write a book on all the facts that I've been, not facts, but all the stuff I'm talking about on YouTube. I mean, look, if we have a meat shortage and we can't get our mega drought under control. I mean, look, Las Vegas and other countries are now basically ordering, like Las Vegas in the deserts, that people live in the deserts, they're ordering, this is how bad it's getting, for your lawns to be destroyed, your green grass. It takes too much water to water them, and we're on a water restriction, so no more lawns for you. Oh, it's a greenhouse gas problem. We're forcing you to drive electric cars. You're going to have electric cars. I mean, literally, the country is basically having problems, right? Oh, great. Higgins had to email me again about blowguns. Dude, you don't need a blowgun. Just buy yourself a freaking crossbow. Why would anyone even give two craps about a blowgun? No, I did not realize Amazon actually sells blowgun. Look, we know they sell blowguns. The thing is Amazon can be, I mean, literally, a blowgun. Look, if you see guys, 30 guys pretty much coming up, armed to the teeth, gonna kick your door down, Higgins, and take your food, then you aren't paying attention. 30 armed people with guns against you with a fucking blowgun. Think of it. See, this is some of the preppers things that we talk about here, everyone. Sorry about the F-bomb again. This is where the annoyance of Higgins likes to poke the bear because the bear doesn't know. Think of it. This is my point I'm talking about. You need to basically make some extra precautions for your food. Now, what happens when it comes to the food shortages? Well, like we said, if there's no wheat, there's no wheat to make noodles. If there's no eggs because the chickens can't eat and they're not laying eggs, you don't get noodles. If there's no chickens with chicken soup, again, we broke it down a little bit ago. There's no chicken stock. There's no chicken for your chicken noodle soup. There's no egg for your egg noodles. Basically, the entire can of chicken and Campbell's, hypothetically, or any other chicken company goes down the toilet. See where I'm going with this? See, when Zoe gets in here, she'll probably want to follow up anyway. So, but I haven't checked for comments yet. See, I'm trying to avoid comments for a few minutes because Higgins can be such a, but it's also, the argument is also valid for ramen noodles. Ramen noodles, basically, think of it. You have your beef, chicken, and pork and other flavored stocks. Those stocks can't be made because of the animal that's used for the stock. And you can't make enriched wheat flour, which requires wheat because we are having a drought. Your ramen goes bye-bye. You say, oh, well, we could do beans. Beans are going up in price because beans, everyone's buying them by the bucket. You buy buckets of beans, you keep buying buckets of beans. I'm going to have to balance myself out a little better on this chair until I can figure out what to do with this wheel. Can't super glue it. It's like whatever's in here just basically fried itself up. So what happens when you get a hand-me-down chair? Even with all your strength, you can't do it. See, the wheel comes off. Super glue didn't hold together. I mean, you can pull this out, you glue it, but the wheel gets wonky without the other wheel. I wonder if Chloe could take the wheel down to the store and say, I need a you have an ace today, and say, I need to find something that is equivalent to this wheel. One wheel that I can literally fix the chair without paying $150, $200 for a chair. I don't have the money. Fortunately, that's one thing I should put into the new list I made, which Zoe doesn't know about, is for the channel itself. The channel tools we can use. A new chair would be nice, and Higgins is like, oh, the camcorder. Well, we'll get to the camera talk in a bit, all right? So, basically, the food shortages happen. So people say, oh, well, it won't happen because the Republicans and the Democrats don't care who wins. If there is a food shortage, okay, let's just say there's a food shortage, right? The Democrats win. They don't care. All they care about is themselves. And besides that, think of what happens to states like mine. You see, I even stepped on this with full 100 and some pound force, right? Look at this. It literally is popping itself off. You see, there's no way to fix this. It's like the thread bearings or something just got eaten away or something. So, best course of action currently is to try to find a replacement wheel that Chloe can find pretty cheap today. I mean, literally. In the meantime, we wait. Oh, wait. Can these actually work? Yeah, I guess I have replacements already. This one's jammed. I'll glue and clog these. So I'll send Chloe to fix 3 of these. I'll give her the knife and let her do this. This one's the broken one, right? Or is it? Yeah, this is the broken one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw the broken one away. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask Chloe nicely, won't take Chloe too long, to get in here. She could do this nice, so I give her my tool. Give her like 15 minutes to have this thing done completely. Hey, Mom. You up yet? Got a project right for you. It'll take someone 15 minutes. Okay, so that repair done out of the way. Thank God we have a repair. We can work on the next project at hand. See, trying to be resourceful. That's one of the things I want to tell you. While people sit there and say to me, look, I don't need fucking. See, Higgins is like, oh, I'm going to help by sending information on replacement wheels. I don't need a fucking replacement wheel. Didn't you just see here? I handed 3 good, perfectly wheels that have hair in them. It's like Chloe. She'll pull the hairs out, you know. Look, I don't need to buy one when there's a whole drawer of them that I just opened up by mistake. Let's just see what's going on in the comments. So, look, the wheels will be fixed. I just got to balance myself out. Tell them. One wheel's been thrown away. There's 4 others laying around here. I mean, literally. You can't just sit there and say, I mean, I forgot I threw out the old ones. See, I pulled the wheels off the old ones in case I needed it, you know. So, oh, good afternoon, Zoe. Smash like for Rita Howdy Higgs. I can stay for now. The topic isn't about crossbows. No, crossbows. Higgins, Higgins, you're a dumb dipshit, it seems. Do you ever heard about the fucking crossbow crank? The crossbow crank. You put the crank in like this and you crank it with your hand. It's got 2 hooks and a string. You put the strings like this. And then you're like, and it loads the crossbow. It's called a crossbow draw crank. It's called the easy crank. It costs like $100 extra, and you put your 2 hooks there, and all you do is you turn it. And as it's turning, the crank tightens without losing the thing. Once it locks into place, then you take the crank, you pull the crank out, you roll it up, and then you go, and then you put the crank in your pocket. And you're like, beep, beep, beep. I'm not going to basically post something, and Zoe's right. You're poking it. I just fucking showed you 4 fucking wheels. Zoe, you did see the thing? We're talking about food shortages coming up. People have been emailing me, asking me about pricing and food. Well, you're the freaking duck. Maybe you'd like to turn into a Wolverine and you know. I've already did a replacement. There's a crossbow crank. See? Relentless. Hey, Badger, slow down and take your time out. Look, the crossbows now have cranks. Trust me, I know this. Duh, I've done more research on it. Yeah, well, I'm going to basically look. People have emailed me recently, Zoe, asked me about seeing my. They don't want to go to the list. Okay, they don't want to go to the list. They don't want to go to the list. They want me to do a StreamYard view, which could take a while, to show them why I chose the items in the preppers list and why, and they want to see the prices themselves. I mean, literally, some of them are like, we would really like to see the prices ourselves, due to the fact that, you know, I mean, literally, someone emailed me this morning, right? They said we'd like to invest in the endeavor because out of all the preppers out there, made me feel good, by the way, Zoe, you're the only one that's getting to the true problems of today and giving us pricing. I mean, literally, I was saying before you joined us, I should have today on the Rita Show, it is time for the Rita Preppers 2023 Preppers List Price Guide, or also known as the Rita Stock Market. See, I'm trying to do the Zoe voice, trying to work on it. I mean, literally, think about it. People are loving the prices. You say, oh, it must be tedious. It is, but think of what they're doing, Zoe. These people are literally asking for these prices. They're literally like, well, they're interested in knowing. And then people message me and say, we'd like to invest in your endeavor, whatever it is. Can you tell us? It's cool. They email and they say, can you tell me on the video suggestions, because they see my email, why the prices are different? Why is the prices going higher? What is the difference between why certain things are going up? Why some? Well, let's see it this way. Mega drought. No one can feed the cows and the livestock, so they sell them. The Democrats are patting themselves on the back. They got cheap gas and cheap foods. But when all the meat goes out, what is going to happen when the beautiful Zoe, as an example, I'd marry you in a minute. Mike said you just choose a wedding date and he'll do it. I talked to him this morning about a couple of things that, he said he'd love to do a weekly show if you think that's a good idea, Zoe. Or, he'd love it. Anyway, look at it, it was like, oh, it was fun. It was. So basically, I'd like to talk about politics with Mike anyways. I think it'd be fun. But anyways, let's get down to the brass tacks, okay? So basically, what happens if all the meat runs out, Zoe? And your chicken's now $100, $200 a pound. What if you look at your canned soup, the one's $2, that's $25 a can, because you got a flour shortage, you got an egg shortage, you got a chicken or beef shortage. I mean, we were talking about the thing with ramen. Ramen's made with wheat. The chicken, beef, and pork stock that goes to the ramen flavoring's not there. I mean, literally, beans are being sold by the buckets. Soon, beans are going to be $200 to $300 a bucket. I mean, literally, you're watching the economy go down the toilet. And the Republicans are like, oh, well, once we get in, we're going to lower it. You can't lower it when the preppers basically, or some of the preppers are causing it. The other people problem is it's the thing. Has anyone ever thought the Lord, no offense to Higgins, that God Almighty is looking down and saying, you and Zoe are going to get married, Rita. Rita and Zoe get married. Joking, of course. Hypothetically, no, I'm waiting to see Zoe chuckle, or she can also do her latest in the Zoe blog or something with her voice. Okay, seriously here, not about marriage, okay? Has anyone ever thought God could be punishing the American people? You live fat on the hog. All you wealthy son of a bitches are standing down there, poking and doing everything. I'm going to make you suffer. Next thing you know, the land of the free, the land of the milk and honey, going down the toilet. Why? Because God doesn't like what he sees. Could happen. So the whole thing is once the food chain runs out of meat, the entire food chain is going to run out. So we have to prep now. You got to prep now. This is where I come in to talk to you about prepping. A lot of people say, oh, won't get to that. Yeah, well, think of the water restrictions. They're forcing people to get rid of their lawns. I mean, literally. Yeah, Chloe doesn't get to choose, Chloe says good anyways, but besides. Anyways, Mike and I were talking about an idea. I think it was rattling in your head. You object to what? I object. Love purple. Great choice. If they want to invest, they can. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The point I'm saying is Chloe doesn't make a decision. I make my own, and Mike thinks you're pretty cool, and Mike thinks Chloe's a jackass. Anyways, let's just get down to seriousness here. So we're not talking about marriage, that's all up to Zoe anyways. But seriously, food shortage is going to get bad. And when it does, I don't want to see any of you left behind. That's the truth. Because, Now, I have a feeling the reason Zoe was talking about ham radios the other day, I was talking to Mikey about it, this morning was, I think Zoe's thinking, has anyone came up, Mikey's actually looking up, I think, the answer for you, Zoe. Is there a way to do a ham radio show? You might be able to do your own radio show, but the question is, people can listen and you can have people like you can join me, but the problem is it'd be like two-way unless there's a group thing, and I don't know if there's a group thing. I don't mind Chloe, Alicia. What? I am boring. I guess I am boring. See, her true colors are coming out, Higgins. She's boring now. I mean, I must be boring. See, I'm boring. See, I'm a boring person. Well, Chloe's borderline. She'll basically change tunes in a minute. 1 minute she'll be your best friend. The next minute she'll be storming off because you didn't buy her lunch. So Zoe thinks I'm boring. Well, maybe I am. Bear, duck, wolf. Yeah, well, me, if I was out and about. Well, you are a badger, so, ignore the badger. I got a story for you guys, okay? So, as Zoe knows, I'm working on a project. You do know I'm working on a project, right, Zoe? So, I asked Higgins. Higgins was arguing with me last night, okay? For some of you guys out there, a couple of people emailed me. They're like, well, I watched the show earlier. What's the story about the thing you never got around to, the special master? Okay. Basically, they're trying to save Donald Trump's ass, okay? Basically, by the Republicans. So Donald Trump called in favor to the judge he put on the bench. The judge wants to basically do this because it stops the DOJ from basically prosecuting him. He basically got himself a stopgap because he's basically now he thinks he can drag it out for as long as he can. The thing is basically if he is innocent, then let the DOJ do its thing. Let the people do it. What he's doing is he's basically destroying this country by doing what he's doing. If you let the DOJ doing what he's doing, and he lets the DOJ's true colors show, the American people will look into this. But instead, this is just fueling more of anti-Republican breaking laws and the lawbreakers. It's like Arizona and other states literally basically doing suppression, whatever it is, collecting signatures, suppression of voters' petitions. That's what it is. States are not doing it. Republicans try to pass laws so you can't do a petition. How low are you going to get? Literally, this country's going down the toilet, in my opinion. This is why you need the prep. This isn't about Higgins saying there's a red wave or Zoe saying there's a blue wave. It's not about that. You know what it's about? Protecting yourself in case of civil war or a food shortage. Government can take care of you. They're duking it out for power. No one gives a shit about you. And sorry about that for you people out there that are tuned in. They don't care about you. They care about who's in the office. They don't care if the Republicans sit there and see a freaking food shortage. They'll be like, oh, that's the Democrats' fault. Now, if the Democrats turn around and win power, they'll be like, oh, it's the Republicans' fault. They're all greedy. You're going to die because there's a food shortage. Yet, Nancy the Boozer Pelosi will be eating her fucking $20 ice cream. And don't mention the Republicans in their stupid, because I play no favorites here, the fucking Trump dump is basically going to blame it on their side by eating the best foods while the rest of you get fucking shit on. Think about it. I'm not playing sides here. My opinion is both parties are basically putting this country into the ground. And if you guys can't see that, I don't know what to tell. I'm not leftist. I'm what I am. Yeah, well, I'm not going to get in trouble, but I basically had to say what Zoe said about... But anyways, let's just talk. And hold on, what was it you said earlier? You said something, I'm going to quote, Yeah. Chloe may not agree with this. Let Chloe agree, Chloe agree. You know what? Chloe doesn't mind the union. She doesn't care. Truthfully, she wouldn't mind the union because unless you're her dad in disguise, quote unquote, she doesn't basically care because she wants to leave the state anyway. She hates this island. So there you go. Anyways, she's just basically the thing is I'm very picky too. Who looks after me? Personally, if I had the money, I'd have a Filipino. No offense, Zoe. Fortunately, that went down the toilet. Apparently, Mike lost there. The $20 Pelosi pop. Okay, let's get down to true seriousness here, okay? So basically, when it comes to the people asking about proteins, all right? Basically, beans is a protein. Without canned meats, you have beans. But what if everyone buys out the beans? The preppers buy the beans. What are you going to eat then, huh? You're going to eat salad with no salad dressing because salad dressing can't have eggs. Then you're going to see everything going through the roof price-wise. Think of it. Beef sticks, beef jerky, canned meats, canned fish, like sardines and mackerel. If you look at your foods that have anything with wheat, flour, chicken, beef, or pork bouillon, regular meat like ground sausage, etc., think about it. You're going to see those things go through the roof so bad that you won't be able to afford it soon. Push up? Likely a push up. You mean a push pop? Because I don't see Pelosi wearing a push up. You're talking about bras. She probably at her crusty age has implants. I don't like her. I got implants. Oh. So, shall we continue with the story? Okay, we've done that, okay? So, the special master thing today was issued only because, Donald Trump's trying to delay it. Now, I'm not going to play favorites on Donald Trump. I don't give a crap. If he wants to delay it, fine. He wants to be a dictator, who cares? I mean, I hear both sides of the story. I'm tired of it. What I'm trying to do is get you ready for prepping because every side's going to have complete thingies. Now, does anyone want to hear about my new project I'm working on? Because I'd rather talk about that for a minute and prepping tools. It's part of my prepping thing, but no one asks, I ain't going to tell you. And by the way, Mike actually said to me, I think it was today, this morning, he was having a coffee. He was wondering what you looked like. So I was like, oh, this is what Zoe looks like. And I sent it, Hey, Tony, welcome. So anyways, does anyone want to know what project I'm working on? Yes or no? So, Higgins and I was complaining about Higgins and was complaining about how I need to spend money I don't have for a camcorder for YouTube. Right, camcorder for YouTube, right? Because I want a little more higher quality videos, right? So what did I tell Higgins? Told Higgins to find information out about the Canon ESO Rebel T6 camera on T7 about if they can be used or DSLRs for the videos, for short videos in the evenings where I can actually video, quote unquote, video, mind you, you guys in higher quality. I can't just sit there and say, would someone donate a higher quality camera for our productions? I mean, unless you guys want to see me doing video footage outside the shop here, going downtown and have Chloe be the camera person and running the cameras. I'm going to a beach or something, which could take 3 hours of walking there, 3 hours of walking back, and showing you what we live for, right? So, 2, ask Higgins about the Canon T6 because Higgins, of course, says that Higgins, see, he's being a complete asshole again. A selfie stick. Well, you know, I mean, at least I got a moderator. Would one of you two moderators like to put him in his place? Because I'm not done talking about my project, okay? Don't interrupt about the selfie stick. I have the, I could give him a 24-hour ban. See, now he's poking again. Quit poking me. You're annoying. So basically, I had to get out some information yesterday, everyone. Sorry you're seeing a little drama, right? And so I went and I grabbed this. You see, when I ask Higgins about something, I mean what I mean. He's like, oh, well, you don't need to buy one, you need. I didn't say anything about buying a Canon T6 or T7. The guy literally thinks, right? What am I reading right here, huh? I read the T7 last night and I read the T6 today. Yeah, yeah, right here, see? So, you see? What does this mean? You guys are wondering, what does this mean? I'll show you. Higgins says, oh, your souls all are dead. Well, maybe for you. So, what I was thinking, if I can get a tripod, proper tripod. This is the Canon T6 right there, see? Mint condition. A tripod. Look at this. This has only probably a couple hours of photography taken. Very well taken care of, too. It's got its case. Why do you think I was reading the manuals in it? What's this? Oh, that's the warranty card. It's already filled out. Cool. Also, before you start with the photography, this is Chloe wanted to get into photography. She never took up the hobby. You got a 1855 lens here, trust me, and a 75-300 lens. So you got a basic kit camera and a case and the manual, which I read the manual last night before bed. That's why I was asking about cameras, the T6 and T7. The T6, the difference is it's an 18 megapixel camera, where the T7 is a 24 megapixel camera, so it's a little bigger in resolution. But before you ask, I've put in a lot of time studying on the island, off and on, Christmas time, etc. My preferred choice of camera is this. See? Oh, and by the way, it just charged up the battery too, so I don't know where my battery is. Nope, didn't put it in yet. So, Canon T6 right here. Got my strap. You guys are wondering what's my kit lenses. Same thing, see? The 75-300. By the way, I do have a Pentax K1000 with about 50 lenses. This. The DSLRs are dead. That's what Higgins said. This is the 10x18. This is a wide angle lens. You can see it's wide angle from there, see? Yeah. Then you got the basic 18x55 standard lens. I got the travel photography kit. And then my little itty bitty my little bitty 50 millimeter lens, you see? So basically, I was thinking to get a tripod, a 10-foot cable, which goes right in here. By the way, there's an HDMI cable, which my laptop has an HDMI anyways. And all I need to figure out in my camera is the tripod, setting it through the camera, and I'd have 24 megapixel videos I can do. Now, if I had a camcorder, and the memory card, which would be whatever it is, I was just sending Chloe down today to check on the faster memory card, see how much, because I could probably use one memory card for video footage and then transfer the video footage every day to YouTube for offline, and then do live on Saturday and Sunday. With my offline videos would be filmed by an 18 or a 24 megapixel thing. This camera here is like 1.6 megapixel, I think, pretty cheap. So it's not a good quality camera. This is why I was talking about this, you know. So basically, you know, the camera is something that I was looking into and I needed info. Now, the program that's supposed to run this is literally broken. So, uh, so yeah, I don't know if Higgins knew that about it. You know, yeah, when I asked Higgins specifically about can this work, well, his answer was get a camcorder. My answer was to you preppers out there. This is a big tip today. Prepper number one tip that Higgins always keeps talking about. So I'm going to give him the credit where credit's due. Is my phone's charging, by the way. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, you know, basically the bottom line where these cameras are is we got them for photography and video footage. Fortunately, the program's broken, you know. Well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. I'm not going to spend all day here unless someone's going to comment. I got things to do. You see, the project requires one video capture card, or a high definition SD slot card with at least enough space in it for offline videos, which would be maybe between 256, 512, or higher, which Higgins knows how to find that. And then two is using the one card for video only, and then two is tripod, which is like Amazon basic tripods, like $30, which I can do, and I could probably get the memory card depending on the price. And then the last thing is Higgins' favorite, which is a 10-foot cable or HDMI plug into it. Now, I don't know anything about the built-in microphone, but we've had those. We want to say, for the record, when it comes to buying cameras and camera equipment, use what you got. I mean, literally, I might just try to see if I can program my old damn thing in. I think I was looking at this the other day, man. Yep. So I was gonna clean this up and see if I don't even know what the megapixel on this is. 1080p. You see, I got a 1080p. You know, see, you always leave. That's the thing. You always leave. I'm about to leave myself. I was thinking about firing this up again, cleaning this up and using it, you know, but I mean, literally, it's an option. I mean, literally, do I even have the drivers for this? I don't think I do. Anyways, I might try to set this up eventually. Let me see. All right, so I could use an external mic right here. Sorry about this. This camera is like 10 megapixels. This is a high definition camera that I've had for my desktop. It's just my desktop broke. I haven't used it in so long, so I don't know if it's programmed for this computer. I think it might be, but I don't know. I haven't used it in so long, you know, so I have no clue. So basically, this digital camera here might work. I just haven't tried to install the thingies, but then again, you know, I don't know if I have any more USB plugs either. I used to have a dongle somewhere. I don't know, you know, I'm not going to use it yet. Let's see, I have a USB plug for my printer, which I think is the blue one. And then I got this new plug right here. So, yeah, so, you know, I'm trying to figure out a better quality camera for you guys at the Rita Show, because frankly, there's people saying it's kind of sucks. So I'm trying to look at options, but I'm not a bank either. You know, that's the thing. I try to help out as much as possible for everyone, give everyone a good amount of attention. And just to let you know, maybe Higgins is right. Maybe he's wrong about me barking. I will give him credit there. But the thing is, he has been very useful on today's subjects. It's just he didn't realize last night where I was going when it came to the cameras. I said, let me know if you can find out if the T6 or T7 does video blogging. I mean, YouTube vids. His answer was something about camcorder. He didn't realize because he must have forgot. Chloe a couple years ago bought them, and this was during the pandemic when it started. So she bought these cameras specifically for the hobby, and then, it's like that damn trike in my office. I'd like to get rid of that, but I don't want to get rid of it for. So people were offering like $200, right? The damn trike costed $2,500 from Chloe. So why should I basically have the $2,500 trike go missing? So. No, well, I didn't. Yeah, you should remember when Chloe got a retro check in 2010. Oh God, am I getting tired again? I feel like I'm getting old. Maybe Zoe will do a nice thing about the badger versus the bear. That'd be a good video. Or the bear versus the badger. And the badger basically caused so much trouble that the bear finally gave up, heart failing and dying in a patch of grass somewhere. See, I'm trying to do a Native American thing, but Zoe doesn't have the Morgan Freeman voice. And Rita died. Rita the bear died from too much stress, not enough sleep, tired, exhausted, and worn out by everyone basically being. I would love to see. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to pay a final Morgan Freeman my respects to the Honorable Reverend Rita. No, apparently Zoe's got to go write something again. See, she's an author, so she's basically here's what Zoe's doing. Okay, Zoe comes on, right, and then Zoe goes out. Like today, she sent me a picture of her at the beach, and a couple guys on a bike. And then you tune in, and then I think what it is, she doesn't want drama in it. I think she might be getting tired of Higgins poking the bear, and then Higgins like, "Who will And then she's like, "Don't poke the bear," and then Higgins like, "Poke, poke, 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 poke," and then she's like, "Look, this is a Rita show. If you don't like it, And then he's like, "Poke, poke, poke," and then Zoe's like, "I can't take it," the drama, and leaves. That's what I think what happens. Or she's literally going back to work. She spent 30 minutes writing. Now she's gonna go to a coffee shop. Yeah, well, I'm physically ill right now. I mean, literally, you should have heard last night's conversation, Tony, old boy. Glad you're making it. I'll reply to your comments. Should have seen last night. I told my sister, I'm feeling so damn tired all the time. I mean, literally, people say, oh, well, you had the coronavirus, ain't going away. Others say I have a viral infection. I mean, no one knows what the hospital gave me. They could have given me like 20 different viruses, and I'm feeling it. I mean, I've been holed up my damn house for so long. It's like, I'm fighting this tooth and nail. People say, oh, well, I don't know. No, I'm not short of breath yet. I'm just tired as hell. That's the thing. I got up, had coffee. I'm having a great day, and now I'm feeling kind of like lethargic. I have a feeling it's triggered by people trying to badger the bear, or what we call annoyance disorder. So, if and when I have more breathing problems, you guys will know. But yeah, maybe I got up too early again. I don't know. It's my first time feeling like really crappy, I mean, literally, I'm feeling like, since you asked me, I'll tell you how I'm feeling truly without Higgins badgering the bear. I wake up, when I get through half the night, right, of doing videos or whatever, and it's still in my head, I'm literally feeling, am I going to die because of this? I mean, literally, it feels like, am I going to die from whatever I have? It's a fear. I mean, literally, Dad says, oh, well, you should have that fear. No, I'm serious. If I'm fearing, I'm going to die young. I mean, literally, why do you think I said my Aaron died at 83, 38? He died at 38, and I'm going to go earlier than that, you know. I figure I lived 6 years after him, you know. Yeah, well, the point is whatever I'm feeling, Tony, is bad. So I'm trying to utilize what I have, but I'm also trying to teach these people like you, Tony, that prices are going to get out of hand, you know? So, so I'd send Zoe a message about a project I'm working on about ham radios, you know. Yeah, I saw the news on that actually. It was like, who is this lady? It was like, I've never heard of this freaking bean counter. She looks like a bean counter too, man. I mean, literally. I mean, like you get this thing, right? You know, and then we get this news that Donald Trump's going to try to delay the DOJ. You know what's going to happen? I bet you the DOJ is going to sit there and release through a secret leaked thingy. They're going to leak everything about it, and then basically let the people decide. They're going to leak it just like they leaked the Supreme Court thing. They're going to find a way to leak the information so there's the special master can't do the job. And then the American people are going to apparently want to hang Donald Trump, or not hang him, but crucify him mentally so he goes to jail. You know, I'm not saying physically crucify or harm, you know, him. I don't condone violence, but I mean, literally, they're going to try to basically do a political power play where, you know, he's going to go into prison, you know. And I agree, energy prices are going through the roof. I paid $70 and I think it was like $70.36 for my part of the electrical. It was like, ooh, that's nothing. It is. It is a lot. You know, thinking about it, my electric bill is like 110 a month over in Eastern Washington at one time. Well, that was pretty high too. Basically, the problem I was going to say with Higgins is last night I tried to download the software for the DSL camera and it won't work. So I don't know if it's a driver or if it's an actual program. No one knows. No, I mean, I've never seen her. I've never heard of her. That's the thing. I see on the news this morning, they're talking about some. Who is she? And it's like, I've never heard of her. Well, no offense, Tony. I love you as a brother, okay? But I'm not a bloody limey, as some say. So I don't know the limey rules. Joking with you, of course. I'm poking fun at you for a minute because, you know, I love everyone. But I mean, I'm not a limey. I don't know what's going on in the great state of the great country of fish and chips. Actually, I do one know thing. Most of your fish and chip country shops are going under due to the fact that they can't get their fish from Russia. Yeah, so the thing is, what I mean is, where did she come from? No one knows. I mean, all of a sudden it's a no name. I know Theresa May, and I know Margaret Thatcher, and Margaret Thatcher was the frickin' Iron Lady. She ruled with the iron fist. Well, we got a question for you though, Tony. Since we're all family here on this channel, is look, I'm running Windows 10, so technically the software is 2 years old. There's a beta version and a non-beta version. It keeps trying to repair the software. Apparently, they said the problem is no one knows how it works. That's the thing. You say, oh, does it work? Why don't you go? I'll tell you what, Higgins, take the damn software, put it on your computer, and run it. Compatibility mode? No, I don't think there's a compatibility mode. The software is like 2020. It's like April of 2020. So today's lunch might be a bag of chips, by the way. Higgins is complaining about that too again. Yeah, well, I'm going to ask a serious question. I already gave you your answer, Higgins. So maybe you can answer me a question that I've been always curious to know, Tony. Being one time connected to the royal house of Coburg, Saxon, Gotia, as well as the House of Norway and the House of Sweden and the House of Denmark. I mean, I got royal blood in me anyway. My question is, out of love for the British people, is the British people tired of the monarchy? I heard rumors they want to dissolve it. So thought maybe you'd shine some light on that subject, brother. I told Chloe today, right? I'll tell you a joke about Chloe. You might think she's a gem at times. So I gave Chloe 3 leg wheels, told her to fix it. I found them in the drawer, right? Higgins is trying to tell me to sell. He's sending me an email as I went in the drawer and found this. But anyways, let me tell you a story, okay? Today's Labor Day over here, right? So I said to Chloe, today's Labor Day. Isn't today hot dog day? Mm-hmm. I didn't have it last night. I actually had I put it in the freezer to save it. I double bagged in a Ziploc bag and saved it, right, Tony? So what I did was I had dinner last night finally. 2 in the morning. Remember the old joke of Fanny? 2 a.m. Chloe? Well, Chloe finally was happy I got off YouTube. Higgins fell asleep, so I finally left anyways, right? So what happened, Tone? Turns around, right? Tone turns around. I like calling him Tone, just like W called Tony Blair Tone. Tone. So anyways, 2 a.m. she goes to bed. She makes me dinner, right? 3 grilled cheese sandwiches and 3 cans of soup, right? I wanted the soup. I wanted to sample the soup before I go buy cases. Soup wasn't bad at all. But 3 grilled cheese sandwiches only took out of 3 cans of soup. So each bowl is 1 can, right? I figured the math out, Tone. So 60% for 3 sandwiches. So to deplete and soak up all the tomato soup for bowl 1, I'd have to eat 5 grilled cheese sandwiches. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anyways. So Yeah, well, I'm sorry to say, but this says here it was designed for Windows 10 and that it ain't installing. Have you ever Googled? Let me put it this way. Have you Googled Higgins? You use Google for everything, anyways. I'm actually telling you a story here that you might want to listen and turn your good ear on. Yes, take the Canon EOS Rebel T6 and T7. put in Google's. Hold on a sec. Let me look at the software. It's I tried to do it. See, I tried to install it in front of you guys last night. Didn't work. So the ESO webcam utility, right? There you go. Webcam utility, Higgins. So, oh, hold on. Let me do this. Maybe I did it wrong. Hold on. Hold on. I think I might have did it wrong. Okay. All right. Let me see what happens here. Okay. Install. Maybe I did it wrong. Okay. Here we go. Says another version product use and control. So can't do it. 64. Okay. So let's just do this. See, install. Okay. So I went in. I extracted all the files. It says repair. Okay, so it says, do you want to repair the software? Okay, see, I'm showing Higgins right now. I'm calling Higgins, okay? Click finish button to exit the setup wizard. Okay, so then I go into my start menu. Doesn't show new things. It's basically still broken. So you tell me to go into properties and then go into compatibility mode, right? There's no compatibility mode. Basically, it's in a folder. The folder, it won't install it. It's a DLL file, apparently. Yeah. So, if I go and do this, what's this? It says open. Doesn't show anything. Then, if I go to the setup local, run as administrator. Okay, let's see if we're going to run this as the administrator then. Let's see if this works. All right, says here, website install. Next. Repair. Actually, you know what? Let's just install it. Try it again. It says there's no software on this computer. See? So basically, if I go in and try to do it, it's saying there's nothing there. Run it as administrator. See? Okay. English? Prep to install. Accept the terms of the license. I accept. Utility webcam. Okay, that's great. Program values. Canon. All right, let's see. Now let's see if it works. Because if it doesn't work, we know the utility's broken, Higgins. Oh, yeah, well, I already did. You know what it says? There is no compatibility. It says here, setup. Go to properties, right? See? Compatibility, nothing. Run this compatibility for Windows 8, Windows 95, Windows 7. I'm running Windows 10, so technically it's not allowing me to install it on anything because I'm on Windows 10, unless you think this was designed for something else, Higgins. Compatibility says it, you know. So it's trying to install it now, which means it's not installing it fast enough because it's not finding it. Yes, I know. I just saw it, but it's not allowed. I ran the compatibility mode. It says it's designed for Windows 10. So, well, I don't have Windows 7. I have Windows. Wait a minute. What is this, anyways? Yeah, this is Windows 10. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what it says. So it's installed half of it. Okay, let's see if it works. If it's not running on an administrator, we'll try Windows 7. If that doesn't work, well, I don't know. Because frankly, this is Windows 10. Of course, the software was in 2020, so I would assume it's 2020. Click the finish button, the exit. Okay. Has it installed? No, it hasn't. There's nothing under Canon. So, Canon Utilities. That's my printer. So, see? So, if it's not installing, so there you go. So, you want me to do compatibility? Fine, I'll do compatibility. Compatibility. Properties. Previous version, none. See? I ran it as compatibility. See? Setup. Here we go. Run compatibility troubleshooter. See? Checking issues. See? So that's why I said to you, Higgins, why don't you download the installer and try it yourself? Maybe you play with it. See if you can get it to work on your computer. Because if I can't get it to work in this computer, I can't get it to work on my other computer, which I tried this morning. Select trouble and try recommended settings. Okay. Repair. Okay, let's see. It's going to repair it on Windows 8. Says it's compatible with Windows 8. Click the finish button. Okay. Let's see if it works. Nope. Didn't save it. Incompatible program fixed. Close the troubleshooter. Okay. So, let's try again. Run as administrator. Repair. See, it just keeps telling me to repair the program. Then it tells me the repair is done, and yet it ain't installing. And when I go into my program file, so why don't you go play with it, Higgins? Tell me what's wrong with it. You're a computer nerd. It ain't working, see? Check with Windows 7. Fine. You want me to check for Windows 7? Fine, I'll check for Windows 7. Well, you play with it because I can't get it to work. A lot of people say they can't get it to work. It says it repaired it, but it's not showing it up. So why don't you go play with it? Find and download the web thing and get it to work. When you get it to work, you let me know. Okay? Fine. I'll go in there. Because last time I checked, there's nothing. So we'll go control panel. Oh, yeah. Control panel. Let's see. Uninstall programs. Okay, let's uninstall it then. Nope, it's not even in here. You see, it didn't even install the damn program. Everything it shows Canon, unless it's under web. Nope, nothing. It says weather, voice recorder, nothing. There's nothing in there. My Canon stuff it shows Higgins is. Oh, here it is. Uninstall. Okay. Wow. Oh, damn! It froze my computer. Froze. It seems. Mm-hmm. So apparently it's not uninstall, letting me uninstall the damn thing. It's preparing to remove. So, is my battery full on this? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll be right back, everyone. Okay. Oh, no. Do not close. It's telling me it won't let me do it because I'm running, it's like, you must close your Chrome to do this. I don't care. It's like, close Skype. Well, fine, I'll close Skype. There, that should save on the memory. All right, let's try this. Uninstall this. All right. See if I'm having a trouble. Red flag laws. Fuck them. No one gives a shit about red flag laws. All right. Let me see what's going on, anyways, in the comments because I'm having this. We got 6 people. All right. All right. So it says removing program now. Okay. Did it remove it? Okay, it did. All right. So then what we'll do is we'll go out of here. Then we'll go to downloads because oh yeah. Hold on. We should extract it, right? Go extract all. Right. Open. Setup. All right. Yeah, that's the one I have installed right there. It says it's installing the current ESO webcam utility, the latest one I downloaded last night. So unless you have a link for me and you email me the latest version, great. Otherwise, seems that my web browser is frozen again. Yeah, so I'm completely frozen, by the way, on my web browser. So, um, yeah, well, right now it's preparing installation. So, that's what I'm saying. But I can't access my web browser right now because I'm trying to close programs. There we go. I'm back in so I can see it. This is installing. So as soon as it gets done, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick and see if it installs. If not, then it is broken and Higgins is gonna have to do. Okay, it's installed. It says click the next button to finish. Okay. Now let's go over to my programs. Didn't install. There you go, Higgins. There's your answer. You fix it. You figure it out. You play with the program.
Okay, so Labor Day hot dogs, right?
I said if they have hot dogs. I mean, what was
Big ones. Yeah, we'll have some hot dogs in the house. Yeah, big ones. Big ones. It's gotta be what you want, though. I can eat anything. No, I'm not picky. I'm not picky, so I can eat whatever you eat.
hot dogs with cheese sauce? Cheese sauce, dipping cheese sauce, hot dog that you have the cheese sauce, girl.
Alright. Alright, we'll
Hot
take them
dogs
out.
with chips.
We'll take them out, get in the shower, and head out. Want to do laundry? You gotta do laundry first. Or you shower. Well, leave your hot dogs on. Uncle does some new laundry, I guess. I'm not sure what we're doing right now.
Oh, Higgins, you basically did what now? Incoming email from the Higgins, right? Just like you want to buy a blowgun. But you're using a desktop. I'm using a laptop. So the problem is I'm using a laptop, so it didn't work. Let me go and load up the Google Workspace. Here we go. Yeah, but which one is it? You see, that's the thing. Which you see, I went to the website you sent me to, but the problem is it doesn't show which one is which. Hmm. Okay. Locating, installing, and download. Fine. All right. Okay, so it says it's extracting files. Okay, now it says setup. All right, USA, United States. Higgins is like, okay, okay, fine, let's see. English, fine. So it's the utility 3 you installed. I thought it was a webcam thing. All right, let's see. Okay, so it says Canon. Oh, there we go. Canon utilities. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Well, I was downloading something else. I'll show you what I downloaded. So I'll tell you what I downloaded. Okay, I went, and so you know what I did. I downloaded the ESO webcam utility. That's what I did right there. See, if you Google that, it doesn't explain what it is. Is it a driver? They say that's how it works for YouTube. Mm-hmm. So now I just got to find the battery and plug it into the camera. Okay, so I got the camera. I just need the battery. So, camera and the cable, which I don't have a big cable right now. So, that's what I downloaded last night. They say I needed the webcam utility. Find the battery, I can basically use it. I don't remember what put the battery this morning. Oh, right here. Okay, so I found the battery. Camera's there, so I just gotta. There we go. For you preppers out there, always keep your tools on hand. Well, you did better than me. Now I just got tested out. Which, let's see what happens with this. All right, there we go. All right, so the Logitech's been installed.